Yo, what's the word, y'all? Today I got y'all with five builds, one for each position, of the best builds you can make with like zero to low cap breakers. At least on Xbox, I've noticed that I think 2K just got on Game Pass, so a lot of people just got the game. They don't know how to. Feel me? It's a lot of noobs. I ain't gonna lie, it's just a lot of noobs. They don't really know how to navigate the builder as well as other people do. So instead of y'all making a build that is bad, help y'all make a build that is good. Also, coming videos, I got y'all with a tips video and I got a best jump shot video. So like and subscribe so y'all can remember that. And yeah, let's get into the first build. Now this is the first 6'4" point guard build. Or I'm sorry, this is just the 6'4" point guard build. So look, now the finishing, it's not that high. What I want y'all to do, if you make this build, this is just a 6'4". You should definitely utilize driving layups and floaters. Floaters in this game are actually really underrated because everybody says floaters in this game are underrated and they still do not do it, but they're really good. 65, you could still get a dunk. You get like a good amount of dunks with a 65 driving dunk somewhat consistently. You're not gonna be able to dunk anybody on anybody, of course. You still have to be smart with what shots you put up. But this isn't. Remember, you're 6'4", and you don't really. You can get that rim run if you need. If somebody's playing you close, you could do a floater when you get past them. But you're not fiending to dunk on somebody. That's not the main purpose of this build. Now we get to the shooting. 93. I really want to do 93-3 because you get all your shooting badges gold, right? As you can see, 92 you don't get the gold limitless, but 93 you do. And before I even go on, the thing about mini marksman is this. Yeah, 60 is shorter, but I'm not gonna lie. If you just got this game and you want to make a point guard, you must go 6'4" or higher. If you just get this game and you want to make some form of guard build to dribble, you really want to make him 6'4" or 6'8". As like the other heights become more viable, the more cap breakers you get. You know what I mean? So yeah, 93 for all that. You still get really good jump shots. You get all jump shots, I think. 'Cause I think 92 is the max. You get all jump shots. 83 mid range is good enough. And 83 free throw, I think, in my opinion, is like the lowest amount of free throw you need to hit shots consistently. 85 pass hack is definitely enough to find gaps in the opposing team's defense. And you could get a good amount of passing styles on that. I think the best passing style, I would probably use De'Aaron Fox. Yeah, I'd probably use De'Aaron Fox. I've heard people like DeMar DeRozan, but honestly, you could just look up whatever tickles your fancy for real. Ball handle. And then 92, I personally would not care about ankle assassin. Ankle assassin is silver. You still get a good amount of ankle breakers. So yeah, but 92 ball handle, you get all the meta dribble moves or any way you want to dribble for real. You can do it with that 92 ball handle. Pseudo ball 86. This is good because you could always plus two it to legend or keep it on gold. Because when you go up to Hoff, it's only a 1% difference. So if you're 8% faster off the dribble with lightning launch on gold, it will only be 9% on Hall of Fame. It's not that big of a difference, so you could put the bad on something else. So I would either run this on gold or legend. Defense, you're short. 85, you're short. So you're not really gonna be getting contests like that, but you want to be able to at least get bumps. So on ball menace, of course. So I did 85. Interior, if you try and do hands up defense best you can, see if you could get a contest. 91 steal, just so you get glove interceptor. If you reach at the smart times, you'll get it. You can't really get no crazy blocks on this, obviously. No rebounds. You do not need strength in this game. Strength is, unless you're a center, strength is, it's just not a necessity. Do not believe the propaganda you see where the big YouTubers are saying you don't need strength, and then everybody's like, nah, you need strength, bro. What? Listen, unless you're playing the 1 out of 20K scenario where you're going against a lockdown or somebody with high strength with legend and movable enforcer, and even if you can still get past them, as long as you just know how to dribble, or you could just ask for a screen, like it's really not that important at all. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not important unless you're a center. 86 speed is fast enough. Same as speed with ball. You're not gonna have the fastest. You know, you don't have cap breakers. You know what I mean? Vertical. I'll probably put this down. Strength. You can't put strength down. I'll put vert down because vert don't really matter for real. Um, and yeah, if you start getting cap breakers, probably put it on speed if you want. You can put it on 3-point, which is why I actually left it because you can get to a 96 3-point. So as you get cap breakers, you can cap break that, and yeah, that's the first build. Now the second build we have is the build I would make if you just want to be a good scorer. If you have IQ, you could also do a good amount of passes, but you have to have IQ because your passing is not going to be as fast as the 85. But you're still going to be able to pass. 88 driving dunk. So you get contacts off 2, pro contacts off 2. You get the lobs too, but I'm really talking off the dribble dunks. When you get a cap breaker, you can put this up to an 89, and now you get contacts off 1 because of the 78 vertical. 40 standing dunk, you need at least to get standing dunks. Like if your standing dunk is a 39, you can't get any standing dunks. If your standing dunk is a 40, you can get it. 3-point 92. You couldn't get 93, but I like doing my 3 higher than my midi on builds that get deep bomber, right? Normally that's what I like to do because you can still fade consistently with an 82 midi as long as you're timing your shot well. Like it's kind of hard to see a difference unless you really have trouble timing your shots. And yeah, again, 83 free throw because the lowest you need to hit consistently, in my opinion. Now, ball handle, speed with ball, 75 speed with ball. Sometimes it feels slow if you're on a fast break and somebody hits you. But in that case, what you could do, just run a takeover with speed with ball, 3-point, and perimeter. So when you have take, you have 97 3-point, I think 81 speed with ball, and then like a 97 perimeter, which is like more than good, bro. Because most builds you see, they make this with an 80 speed with ball. But you know, it's not that big of a difference for me to be like, yes, you should do that. Because honestly, all you off the dribble, it's like almost the same as like an 80 speed with ball. Lightning launch, you would always +1 this though. You always +1 this as your guard. Don't need ankle assassin, honestly. I want y'all to be good players. I don't want you guys to just like I don't want you guys just to fucking fall back on getting an ankle breaker every play. I just don't like that. If you really want to, you could probably put this down. You could probably find something to put down and put this up. But I don't know. I don't jack that. 62 steal. You can get steals, but they have to be somewhat obvious. Like you can't just get the steal and then you're just reaching. Like you can't get a steal that you would get if you had like an 85 steal or like a 91 steal. Even if you could get some, you could get with a 73 steal. But yeah, you could still get it. You could still read lanes, like especially when the year first started and I had one of these builds. I was still getting steals at times. So yeah, 78 block. I like this so that if somebody gets past you, you can block them. Especially if you +1 or +2. This high flying mixed with the paint patroller helps that. Interior defense 60. I just feel like that's what's at least needed, especially in this game because there's a lot of rim runners. Defensive shot. Offensive rebound 69 so that you could sometimes get it in certain situations. 86 speed, 86 agility, perfectly fine. 57 strength. I said strength is important, and you're gonna be somewhat fast. Like you're gonna be pretty fast with this. 78 vertical, so you get the pro contacts off 1. And yeah, that's this build. Next build I have is a little bit of a reverse, right? So now you get 80 pass. Like I went high midi, lower 3. I have a bunch of builds in this game where I only have an 89 midi and an 83-3 or an 87 midi and an 83-3. You only need an 83-3 on a guard or on like somebody that's like 6'9" or less to shoot consistent. As long as you have like an 87 midi or 89 midi, so you get at least the shifty shooter. Silver, if you go to 89, you get the gold set shot. All right. And then boom, you could always +2 to set shots. So now you're not missing catch and shoots if you're open. 80% of the time, at least. If you're new to the game, you probably miss a little bit more, but trust me, tempo shooting in this game is very easy, and I wouldn't even trip about this is good enough. Dunking, same thing as the last build for real. You know what I said about the last build. Now you see I have 80 vertical, right? Now here's the good thing about this. The more you play this game, you're gonna get cap breakers, right? Yo, even if you join like a random crew, eventually when you get the 3 or 4 cap breakers from being in that crew, you're gonna be able to have a 93 driving dunk, and now you get gold posterizer, and you unlock other dunk animations that are good. So now you're gonna be feeling like you could do it all, but you could really like you dunking in this game. If fake don't make sense sometimes, like you'll go for a meter dunk, nobody there is the smallest meter, but that's just 2K. But at least you get 93 driving dunk, you get the gold posterizer. So that's what I would do. Um. Basically, everything else is the same. The only difference you see, pass act is a little bit higher, so you get more pass styles. Um, 80. I put down the perimeter because I wanted to put up the steal. Because if you're playing a small forward position, normally, you don't go against as many primary ball handlers as like the 1 or the 2 position normally. So let's just hope that I don't even know. Let's just hope you don't go against that. And you can always switch with somebody unless you're playing random rec. But I really made these builds so that they're all good for random rec. But 85, you can still get stops. I trust you. Trust me. One of my main builds right now has an 85 perimeter, and it still gets stops. I think with the same physicals too. So you're not out of luck. You can still get stops. You get better lane steals with a 73. So it's not so super consistent. It's like semi consistent. You can still get them. 78 block again, as I said before. 74 offensive rebound, or if you think you can get an offensive rebound, if you want to get a putback. I wouldn't recommend doing it all the time because I would recommend trying to. If your team misses, I would recommend trying to go back. Let me play the break, make sure they don't score, or try and make that shit happen. But you can get a good amount of offensive rebounds as long as you have IQ and you're greening your rebounds. You can have good timing. Yeah, the cap break is if once you get up to 3, just put like 3 on driving dunk. And yeah, this build is 30. Alright, this build right here can literally do it all. 611s in this game are kind of meta, especially if you don't have cap breakers. I mean, like, look at the stats already, right? 86 close shot. I think it's that high because of the post control. So look, you have a high close shot, right? You get gold full game. So you can do a lot of floaters on this build. I think because of the layup, you don't get. I think my favorite floater is Bam Adebayo. So you could probably mess around with this and put the driving layup up, but I don't feel like it's needed because you're still able to get contact dunks. You're able to fade from midi, able to shoot from 3 free throw. It's really good free throw. Standing like 73, you can do 72. No, you can't. I'm lying. I'm laced. Yeah, because you want half pogo 6. So I'm laced. No, you can't. Post control 90. You could probably lower this. Mine gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I really just like seeing a lot of 90 stats on your build when you're loading into the rec or any game, bro. It's kind of satisfying, but you really don't need this, honestly. Like if you wanted to sacrifice this for something else, that would probably be the smarter thing to do because you don't need it. You could probably just put it down until the next what is the next badge? So you can go all the way to 87, right? Probably put that on layup. Look at that. You can put that on layup, and now you get the Bam Adebayo thing. You could probably put some on pass, like you could do that too. But I'm gonna just leave it as is. 91-3, of course. You can shoot easily, very consistently with a 91-3. Trust me. D7 pass act. Most of the time, you can throw off the break. You could throw it. You're not gonna get the rebound every time because you're a power forward. The center is probably gonna be getting the rebound most of the time, unless you're just him and you just able to crash that rebound with the 80 defensive rebound. If you +1 or +2 rebound chaser and you just get mad chase down rebounds because that's the meta in this game. You can dribble, but don't go on this build trying to be the one and just dribble on everybody because that's not gonna work most of the time unless you've been labbing on a low dribbling build. It's not gonna work like that, okay? So just don't go brain dead in the wreck and have your teammates just all hate you. 70 interior, 77 perimeter, 62, 84 block. Not gonna get steals that consistently, but if it's obvious, you can get it. Like it's not impossible. 77 perimeter, 6'11 with a high perimeter, you can literally stop. As long as you do hands up, you could stop most niggas from shooting over you, honestly. 70 interior is good enough. 84 block. 70, you're gonna see 70 interior and 84 block go hand in hand just for these badges, right? The high flying and paint controller. High flying, you 80 vert, of course. Rebounding, you can still get a lot of boards, especially because you're taller with an 80 rebound. And with the higher vertical, you can definitely get rebounds. Trust me. 79 speed, 73 agility. You're not slow. As I said, strength does not matter unless you're a center or if you want to set screens. If you want to set screens, you can edit this build into making it more of like a pick and pop type. But honestly, you can still pick and pop with a low strength because if you're setting a screen, a lot of people in this game, especially if you're new, the people you're gonna go against if you're new, they're not gonna play the pop. So you can always pop. Like it's not a necessity, trust me. And then 83 for the Hall of Fame polo stick because you gotta be jumping a lot in this game. Like if you don't jump, there's a lot of times you don't can contest, and that's just 2K26 for you. But yeah. And finally, for the center position. All right, bet. Good dunking, right? You get gold rise up for the 90, and you get a good amount of dunk animations. You get contacts off tune. You could do when you get cap breakers. Put 5 on defensive rebounds, so you get legend box out and legend rebound, so you don't have to +2 those. You're gonna end up you must +1 box out and then +2 rebound. You actually have to because you're gonna be going against a lot of other centers that can rebound, and defense is so shy in this game, so a lot of people be making their shots. So when it misses, you must be able to try and get that rebound every time, whether it's offense or defense. And defense is more important because stops are very important in this game. 87 driving, 97 dunk, 83 midi. I do this because I don't like Jonathan Isaac's shot, and when your max D is like a 78 to 80, that's kind of the only shot where you can get good releases, and that is like actually good jump shot. Like it's a good jump shot. I just don't like it. So I do 83 so I can get Michael Porter Jr. 83-point shot, you can definitely shoot consistently. As long as you know, as long as you get used to it and more practice, you can definitely shoot consistently. 84 free throw. Pass accuracy 87. Now this is, you can't go higher on this. You don't have a lot of cap breakers. So I would say either +1, probably +1 break starter if you can. If not, it's not like it's gonna just go out of bounds every time. Like you will survive. But feel me? You can always. I would much rather do 93, but you would have to sacrifice a lot of shit. I don't think it's worth it. 70 interior, 84 block. And yo, defense in this game is shot. All right, a lot of it doesn't make sense. So as long as you +1, +2 some of these, you know what I'm saying, paint patrol or high flying, you are perfectly sturdy. Okay, you can still get stops, you can still get blocks. I have a center build I use to this day with these stats. This is like the meta stats for a center because defense in this game, it's just, it's so wacky, bro. As I said before, 99 rebound when you +5. I wouldn't worry about offensive rebound that much. You can still get them. You just have to have IQ. You just got to know where to be. I mean, when to be there. Speed, somewhat fast for a 7 foot. 73 speed, 62 agility, 82 strength. I'm laced. There we go. Okay, so the rebound is down 1 for the 83 strength. So you get silver brick wall. If you're playing with a god who loves screens, you can off it. You can gold it. It still works. But yeah, I fixed that, and yeah, these are all the builds. Honestly, if I was just starting 2K right now, I would definitely make one of these builds. Like I'm not gonna lie. So I hope I helped y'all. Like and subscribe. Remember next week, or I don't know when I'm gonna upload it, depending on how this video does. I got y'all with tips for 2K, especially if y'all just got this game. And I got y'all with the best jump shot. And yeah.